Welcome. In this video, we are going to perform a Nessus scan, which means how to use Nessus to perform vulnerability scans. Nessus is a vulnerability scanner, and in the hacking methodology, there is an operation called vulnerability assessment, which shows all the vulnerabilities that exist on that asset. Our preferred tool is Nessus. In the previous video, we looked at how to set up Nessus. So in this video, it's all about how to perform vulnerability scans using Nessus. To launch Nessus, remember you have to start the service. And this is the command to start the Nessus service. On our browser, currently Nessus has been successfully set up and the plugins have been compiled successfully. And that is why our create a new scan or new scan button are functional, are active. If your new scan button is not active, it means that your plugins have not been compiled successfully and you have to give it some time. Make sure you have internet on your machine. Give it some time to compile. When it's successfully compiled, new scan button will become active. So, to scan a target using Nessus, you have to have the IP address of that target. In this case, we are going to use our Metasploitable server. So I am starting the machine and I will grab the IP address, bring the IP address to Nessus, and then Nessus will scan to review all the vulnerabilities that exist. And from here, we are going to analyze what the vulnerabilities are and the solutions. So, to perform a scan using Nessus, click on New Scan button. This will load up all the plugins that have been compiled. These are the plugins that have been compiled, and you can use them to perform whatever type of scan that you want. In this case, we are just going to perform a web app test because we are dealing with a web application. Our server, which is Metasploitable 2, is a web app. Web applications are running on it. Remember when we scanned it, we saw the likes of FTP, HTTP, and the rest of them. So we are going to perform a web application test. The scan we are going to perform is a web application test scan. So we select this option. When it loads up, this is the interface it brings you. So give it a name. What is the scan name? We're going to call this one test scan. And then the description, a web application test. This is the default folder unless we create our own custom folder. But at the moment, the scan is going to be stored or saved inside the my scans folder. The target is where we supply our IP address or the domain, as you can see in the example. So this is where we supply the IP address of our server, Metasploitable 2. On our Metasploitable 2 server, we are going to get the IP address. To get IP address on a Linux machine, the command is ifconfig. This is our IP address for Metasploitable 2 server. So I am going to supply this IP address on Nessus. Now that I have supplied all the required parameters, the next thing I will do is I can either click save to save it for later, or I click this drop down arrow and click launch. Now it's launching. We want to run this scan now and then evaluate what the results are. What are the vulnerabilities inherent in Metasploitable 2? So this is how you do vulnerability assessment. Now it shows that it is running. When the scan is done, we are going to analyze it. So give it some time to run and make sure you have internet connection while you are carrying out this exercise.